Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulullah. Welcome. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending this marvelous session about an exciting subject, the IPOs. We have witnessed in the last couple of years a major surge in the IPO market with 71 IPOs successfully closed during the last couple of years, and 22 IPOs year to date in 2024, including the first fintech company in the main market in Tadawul. We expect definitely, inshallah, بفضل الله سبحانه وتعالى وأخيرا, more fintech companies and technology companies coming to the market in the next couple of years. And we will discuss today with our dear panelists the reasons. So once a company is technically ready for IPO, there will be considering appointing a financial advisor. It's a very important decision, okay? And the question would be when a company could appoint financial advisor and what are the criteria? And we cannot have, better than Amir Riyadh, the investment banker here in the panel to answer this question. Father Amir.
شكرا أخ زياد. So the IPO is a transformation journey for the company. I think it's very, very important that the company, before they appoint a financial advisor, to go through a readiness exercise, a readiness diagnostic, whereby they can assess their readiness to become a public company and to survive as a public company, be it from a corporate governance point of view, from a financial reporting point of view, from the financial statement production in accordance with IFRS, and so on. Once that is done, I think it becomes the role of the financial advisor to basically take them through the journey, work with them on appointing various advisors. I mean, obviously, when you go to the main market, there is financial due diligence, legal due diligence, market information that needs to be incorporated in the prospectus. And hence, he orchestrates that entire process for them. In selecting a financial advisor, I think there are a number of important criteria that needs to be kept in mind. Obviously, the equity capital market experience, the team that's going to be working with you. Remember that you're going to be working with that investment bank for the next 9 to 12 months. So you have to feel comfortable with the team, and the team has to be there and try to resolve all the issues. And obviously, their ability to articulate the story of the company, which is what we call the equity story, and sell it to investors. So relationship with investors is also very crucial in this process.
What's the optimal venue for that? So I would like to ask, the investment banker here in the room, Amir, about his views. It is better to list on Numu or main market for a technology company, high growth company.
Thank you, Zed. So I think the real choice depends on the specific needs of the issuer. Each market has requirements and caters to a different set of clients and different set of companies. So I would say in broad terms, the Numu market is geared toward earlier stage companies that are looking for growth capital. They can achieve this very successfully. The regulations and the requirements within the Numu market are much more flexible in terms of due diligence, financial reporting, etc., which caters to a company at an earlier stage of the process. And the good news is that they can always, over time, and meeting certain requirements of Tadawul, graduate from the Numu to the main market in a 2-year time span, provided they meet the requirements. Obviously, the main market is today, I mean, we are proud to have one of the most active IPO markets in the region, the biggest market capitalization, the biggest liquidity. So it's suited to larger companies that want to tap a very liquid market, very deep access to investor. We've also seen significant foreign interest participation in recent IPOs, which is a testament to all what is happening here in the kingdom that is going on the right track.
How can what are the insights you can share with the audience about the importance of the equity story?
So basically, the equity story is what creates the first impression about the company when you go and talk to investors. Although, as you know, in IPOs, we there's a lot of disclosures around the company in the prospectus, but really you want to highlight what is unique about the company, why is it a good investment proposition, what is unique from a macro, micro, and from the key unique aspects of the company that investors should look at when considering an investment decision. So it's very central to the marketing exercise and the marketing efforts in an IPO, and the investment banks spend a lot of time together with the issuer and the other advisors to kind of craft this equity story and refine it as they go into the process.
Yeah, and the outcome of a successful equity story is an optimal valuation and an optimal coverage of the IPO. So the question is here, is the highest valuation, IPO valuation, is the optimal valuation?
Valuation is the corporate finance valuation. We all can do discounted cash flows on the desktop and come up with the value of the company, but it takes more than that in an IPO situation to arrive at what the price is. This requires multiple investor engagement and education about the company and its growth prospects in order to optimize what is the value versus the price. I think just remembering the case study of Rasan, I think we had a challenge because this was the first insurtech fintech company to ever list on the main market. So unfortunately, there wasn't any truly comparable companies. So I think, with all the parties that were involved, we had to do extra effort in investor education, research, reports to the investor explaining the growth proposition, and then based on that, we were able to achieve an optimal pricing for the deal based on very concrete investor feedback and people who actually voted with their money on what we think the valuation is.
For Rasan IPO, the offering structure was one of the key success factors. What are the success factors we have seen and to make this IPO successful?
And we were proud to work with everybody around the panel here on this IPO. This is a groundbreaking transaction in all aspects, and being the first fintech insurtech company to list on Tadawul, I think it successfully sets the roadmap for other companies to follow suit. So we took on the first bullet, if you wish, in this process, and it wasn't an easy journey, but I think the results at the end speak for themselves. This IPO was not only covered, it was covered 129 times. So against give or take 800 million, there was 130 billion of demand. And as Abdulaziz said, this was very well represented by all sorts of investors, including international investor, GREs, financial investor, private family offices, etc., fund managers. The other thing I would say is that given the effort that was done in investor education and engagement, we have seen the share price perform in the right way. So back to your question, if you do an IPO, you should expect the share price to continue to perform, because this is creating value not in the short term, but in the long term as the company delivers on its business plan and the guidance they have given to investors. The value keeps on creating for the existing and the new shareholders.
As a closing remark, we are seeing more and more international companies coming, local companies, technology companies also consider IPOs. What are your top 3 advice for them to have a smooth IPO closing, inshallah?
I think, I would just add more on a positive note that, look, the tech space in Saudi Arabia is flourishing by all means, whether it's on the fundraising perspective or whether on the IPO. We've already seen 2 unicorns come to market, and I'm sure there will be more. I mean, we are aware of many companies that are in final preparation stages to go to the market, whether main market or NMO. I mean, obviously, as we discussed, the choice is theirs. You have a very strong market condition. Investors are very actively engaged, whether local, international. So this is obviously the right time, and we think with all this ecosystem, this is the perfect venue. Saudi Arabia is a perfect venue for fintech and startups to pursue their aspirations, whether to grow or to IPO or otherwise. But they have to have certain key ingredients. You know, strong management teams, scale and profitability. I think, you know, a lot of the companies are challenged. They want to choose scale versus profitability.
Yeah.
If you want to IPO in Saudi Arabia, profitability is an important factor that people look at. So until you hit that, or it's in the near term, I think you should focus on the readiness and getting your business plan ready. And otherwise, you know, I think if you're ready, this is the right time to tackle the market. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, gents, for the insightful feedback. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your presence. And we look forward for more successful IPO in the Saudi market, inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, gentlemen.